In 1981, there were mass protests by the Albanian population. These rallies were violently dispersed by the police, and 14 people were killed. The new Serbian president, Milosevic, decided to limit the rights of the autonomous province. Albanians were dismissed from the government positions, and Albanian language TV was closed. In response, Kosovo unilaterally declared its independence in 1991. The first president, Ibrahim Rugova, was elected. Authorities and ministries were established working clandestinely. The president pursued a policy of nonviolent resistance, which maintained a fragile peace in the region. The situation persisted until the end of the 1990s. It became clear that it would not be possible to achieve the declared goals in this way. The Kosovo Liberation Army, KLA, which sought not only the independence of the region, but also the eventual unification of all Albanian territories into one state, was gaining popularity among the population. At the beginning of 1998, clashes between the KLA rebels and the Yugoslav militia intensified. Their confrontation quickly escalated into fierce fighting. In March, one of the Albanian leaders, Adam Yukari, was killed. In addition to him, many civilians, mostly members of his family, were killed. The incident drew international attention and led to the imposition of sanctions against Yugoslavia. By mid-1998, the Serbs launched a full-scale offensive in Metoja and Janjevo. They managed to inflict several significant defeats on the Albanians. But despite this, the KLA continued to grow in numbers. By the end of the year, their numbers exceeded 20,000 fighters. Increased escalation in Kosovo could have led to more casualties. So the UN passed the resolution obliging the parties to cease hostilities and begin negotiations. Under US and NATO pressure, the truce was signed. However, it lasted only a couple of months. The parties accused each other of violating the terms of the agreement, and the war was resumed. In January, there was a turning point in the conflict. There was a massacre by the Yugoslav army in the village of Račak, where 45 Albanian residents were killed. This event further increased the pressure on Yugoslavia from NATO. The Serbs were offered to withdraw their army from Kosovo and give Albanians broad autonomy. NATO-led peacekeepers were also expected to be deployed to maintain law and order. The possibility of a popular referendum on Kosovo's status after 3 years was also envisaged. Slobodan Milosevic did not agree to these proposals. Immediately after his refusal, NATO announced the start of the military operation. The UN did not explicitly support this action, but only 3 countries opposed it: Namibia, Russia, and China. The operation started on March 24th with missile strikes throughout Yugoslavia. Air defense facilities, military depots, and troop concentrations were destroyed. The Serbs were expected to surrender quickly, but their resistance lasted 78 days. At the end of June, Yugoslavia conceded defeat and withdrew from Kosovo. The NATO bombing killed about 2,500 people, more than half of them civilians. NATO troops entered Kosovo, and a local administration was organized under their protection. As a result of the war, the region was devastated. According to the UN, almost 900,000 Albanians and 200,000 non-Albanians, mostly Serbs, left Kosovo. The war did not put an end to the issue of Kosovo's status. UN-mediated negotiations between Kosovars and Serbs took a long time. The Albanian side insisted only on independence, while the Serbian side wanted, at least formally, to keep Kosovo within its borders. Negotiations went inconclusive, and already on February 17, 2008, the Parliament of Kosovo unilaterally declared independence.